Shut up, redneck Germa. And you know, another thing I would like to point out is people say, oh, you're not better than anyone. Everybody's just the same. It's like, no. I know who I'm better than. I'm better than that fat chick at school, that obese whale that thinks she can call herself beautiful. Um, I know I'm better than her because I'm smarter than her. I don't get my politics off of TikTok and Twitter. She literally told me that. She's like, yeah, I mainly get most of my political stuff off TikTok and Twitter. I am not a very political guy. But I do get some of my stuff from Instagram. But if I do see something on Instagram, I fact check it. I go on Google Scholar and I try to find the best third-party source. I do not use Fox News. I especially do not use CNN. I don't use MSNBC. I don't use Daily. I do not use Daily Wire. Any of these first party or first and second party channels, because it's just not correct to do that when you're trying to fight for for what you personally believe in, because you need facts, not what others believe. I know I'm better than her because I am smarter than her and more physically fit than her. I am fat, but I'm not an obese beached whale like she is. And plus, she's a terrible friend. Because this woman, whose name I won't say, but let's say her name is Ray, right? She is my ex's friend. Terrible friend. Terrible human being in general. She would start stuff with her exes, like with her boyfriends or whatever at the time. And then she would say, oh, they're ignoring me, when she would do stuff purposely that pisses them off. And then of course they would ignore her because they're mad at her. And they would try to talk it out. And she would also try to talk it out, but then she would be toxic. And then she would also say my ex's kinks in public. This is not true, but like, this is just an example. Not true at all. I would never do that because what she believes in is what she likes. What she likes is what she likes, and only me and her should know that. And I'm sure I'll forget it anyway soon. Only her should know that, and whoever her future partner may be. I hope her great luck in this life that we all have. Let's just say, oh, I can't believe you like feet. Like, she's apparently, from what I know in that story, sorry for saying like a lot, that's not grammatically correct at all. But from what I know in that story, they were just sitting there and she randomly said that at the school in public. And then everyone found out that she liked this specific thing. And then we were at Taco Bell one day, because we went off campus to Taco Bell, the three of us. And we were sitting there talking, and then she starts talking about kinks and porn and stuff. And I get into it too. I get into the conversation because I am a teenage boy. Of course, I'm gonna know a decent amount about pornography, especially videoed pornography. Sweetie Fox is my goat. I'm kidding. I am indeed joking about that. I do not watch that stuff. That stuff is terrible for your brain. Scientists have proved it. I try not to mess up my brain anymore because I smoke a lot of weed. But we were at, and my ex felt uncomfortable with that, and she was like, "Hey guys, can we talk? Not in the local Taco Bell, not at the Taco Bell, guys." And then she thought she was joking. I think maybe I don't know why she got louder, but that fat bitch got even louder and started like saying, "Yeah, imagine being into this." I'm like, "Holy shit! I believe this story now." Because I'm like, she's a nice girl. I mean, I would believe it, but I'm not gonna exactly 100% believe it if it was true. She might have been quieter, but no, she was like fully saying her kinks out in public. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. I literally told her, "Hey, we should probably actually tone it down." And my ex was like, "Yeah, please." And then she's finally like, "Yeah, I guess." Like, bitch, I guess? They're talking about stuff only really me and her should know, and not you. But I guess we can quit talking about your best friend's kinks in public, right? Fucking bitch. Nobody likes you. My ex's brother, one of my best friends in the whole entire world, fucking tank in the same goddamn place, by the way. But even he doesn't like her, and he doesn't like a lot of people. That's a terrible example. I shouldn't have used him as an example. My other so I have three best friends, and then I have about two or three close friends, and then I have acquaintances, right? Well, these three best friends, all of them don't like her. One of them dated her brother, and she was terrible to him, and he was terrible to her. Terrible idea. And he doesn't like her because of that, and plus she's really weird. She's like extremely weird. Um, and I'm weird too. Don't get me wrong. I am weird. I am a freak. I am a degenerate because I mean, I'm a furry, for God's sake. But and then you have my best friend in the entire world. Like my actual best friend. Dark Mortal. 123. I said we all know him and love him. Because it goes Dark Mortal, our other friend, short, likes little boys with gonorrhea. That's our inside joke. And then you have Black Man number 250. Black Black man who looks like a lesbian with buzzed hair. Number 2550. Right? Shut up, Ellis. This is gonna be our little rant. If Dark Mortal doesn't like you, then you do have a problem because he doesn't not like a lot of people. There's some people I know he doesn't really enjoy being around, and that's surprising. That's even surprising to me that he doesn't even enjoy being around some people because he is a great person. He's a nice person, right? He's an amazing guy, really good. He'll tell it to you straight, and he'll tell it to you like a friend. He's not an asshole about it. He says it like it should be. And if he doesn't like you, then you actually do have a problem. And the thing is, my ex doesn't even like her. She's just friends with her because she has really no other true friends, except for maybe one or two. And they, from what I know, also mainly just put up with her. They don't really like her too much either. Like my other ex, my other ex didn't really like my newest ex. We'll call her Joe, and then my second ex before Joe, we'll call her like Belle, I guess, like Grand Belle. So Belle didn't like Joe. Joe Mama. Sorry. Pushing 18, by the way. A few months till I turn 18, by the way, and I'm still saying Joe Mama jokes. But no. Let's call her Zoe, like from Left 4 Dead, because this kind of makes it concurrent with the current task at hand. And so Zoe didn't really like Belle, and Belle didn't exactly like Zoe. But they were kind of in the same friend group because the whale, that's who I'm going to call this fat bitch. The whale and her were in the same friend group because Zoe's best friend, who we'll call Marley, Marley was friends with her. And the only reason why Marley was friends with her was because of her friend, um, Eliza, right? And Eliza is cousins with the whale of the topic. And she doesn't even like her. Like, Eliza doesn't like the whale. But they still are in the same friend group because they are family. They don't like each other. They absolutely hate each other. Or from what I know is that Eliza doesn't exactly like the whale, but the whale genuinely just despises Eliza. For good reason. Eliza's a whore. Like a complete fucking whore. And she's a sophomore in high school. Like, that's insane to me. And So all this is going down, and then that whale will start stuff with my ex because I don't like her at all. I genuinely despise her. So I have this list of human beings in this world whom I do not associate with, I do not like being associated with, and they genuinely disgust me to be around. And she is one of those human beings, and she is actually pretty up there. There's only one other person who is up on that list, or two people higher than her on that list. One of them is an ex, and then the other one is my ex-best friend, Luis. I will never forgive you for stabbing me in the back. You are a backstabbing, lying piece of shit. Your boyfriend fucking hates you, but doesn't say it to your face. I don't care about doxing him. And so, all these people. What was I saying? I completely forgotten. But moral of the story is, she tried to start stuff with me and my ex. Um, Zoe. No. Eliza. No. Um, Joe. I guess we'll go back to Joe because I don't remember the name I gave her. God damn it, dude. Can I go one fucking minute without a tank? Can I get through the second map, the second chapter of Dead Center? So anyway, tries to start stuff. She's talking shit to me at Taco Bell because my ex likes eating at Taco Bell a decent amount, and so does that fat bitch, and of course she does. And so she starts talking shit, and I start talking shit back, and then I am a bad guy all of a sudden. She's not even talking shit about me. She's talking shit about herself. She's like, "Yeah, I want to get a job, but I'm too fat." And I have a job, right? She's like, "Yeah, I said, "Yeah, you'll have to stand for more than 5 hours without your feet hurting. Can you even do that?" And then she acted like I killed her family. Hold on. I'll pull up the messages. This is all going into my video. This might actually just be my video, me ranting about this woman for like 10 minutes plus. Actually, that's a great idea. But let me go to my buddies. Yeah, what Trom said today, it didn't just sting, it cut deep. The moment those words left his mouth, it was like every insecurity I've ever tried to bury suddenly had a spotlight on. And foreshadowing, or not foreshadowing, but to foresee, or not foresee, what's the word? We're going to take a step back. We are going to rewind the clock. We are going to do a little flashback. I've only said that because she was flirting with my ex, and she said, "Oh, I'm lesbian. Oh, I'm bi. Oh, I'm lesbian. Oh, I'm bi. I'm gay. I'm this and that." She's a part of the LGBTQ community. I didn't like the fact that she was flirting with her while being into the community. Was I being a little insecure? Probably. But she sat there for about 5 minutes talking about how fat my girlfriend's ass is in front of me at McDonald's. And that's kind of what made me really not like her because I told her before, because she did this before. And I'm like, hey, you got to calm down with the flirting. I can't tell if you're joking or not because you've said you're gay multiple times. And she's like, okay, I'll try. Not, okay, I will tone it down with the flirting. I didn't say stop because I'm not controlling like that. I said, hey, tone it down a little bit. I don't really feel comfortable with this. And she's like, okay, I'll try to stop. Try. Fucking try to stop. Not, I am going to stop, or I'll tone it down. Thank you for bringing this up to me. Just, I'll try to stop. And then she stops for a little bit. She tones it down. She kind of flirts with her every once in a while. I don't really care. I mean, I'm happy. It's whatever. It's not going past my limits. And then she talks about my girlfriend's ass for 10 minutes, and that really pisses me off. And I told her, like, hey, you can't fucking do this shit. And then we were walking the subway one day, and I was still extremely mad because this was just a few days afterwards. and um she said, "Oh my God, my legs hurt from walking to Subway." And so from our school to Subway, it's like a 5 minute walk. She's actually so fucking obese. She can't walk from the school to Subway without her feet hurting or her legs or whatever she said. I think she said calves or feet, something fucking stupid like that. And then I'm the bad guy for saying that? For saying, yeah, you have to stand for more than, like, about more than 5 hours. I only work 4.5 hours, but that's because I'm part time because I'm in school. You know, I'm the bad guy. And so, anyway, I will resume reading this text she sent to one of my friends, whom she is friends with, and she also tried to say that him and her were flirting with each other over summer before this year of our school, for 2025 2026 school year. And he said absolutely not, and gave me the most disgusted look I've ever seen him give. And this guy is an ultra mega Christian. I am a Christian too, but this guy's ultra mega Christian and everything. He doesn't lie a lot. And if he does, it's because he's like joking. He's like, "No, I would never do I would never hit the gritty from Fortnite." And I've seen him hit the gritty, and he'll joke about that. Like, "No, that wasn't me. I never did that." Like joking. But anyway, um, it cut deep. Okay, I'm gonna restart because I'm sure you guys have already forgotten. What Trom said today, it didn't just sting. Dash. It cut deep. I think she. What's up? I'm reading a text from my ex's friend who is a major bitch, and I called her fat, because she is, and she's overreacting, and that's what we're reading. How are you doing tonight, by the way? And all I said was, "Can you stand?" She said, "Oh, I want to get a job, but I'm too fat, and I don't know if I can because I'm too fat." And I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of have to stand for about 5 hours or more." And she got this offended. The moment those words left his mouth, it was like every insecurity I've ever tried to bury suddenly had a spotlight on them. He didn't even hesitate. He just threw that comment out there, fully aware it would land like a punch. And it did. I tried to hold it together, but his words stuck to me like they were carved into my skin. The way he looked at me, the smugness in his tone, the way he made my body feel like a flaw that needed to be pointed out. It broke something in me. Period. By the end of the day, I found myself in my counselor's office at the last hour of the school day, slipping by as I sat there grasping for breath between sobs I could not control. It wasn't just an embarrassment. It was shame. It was anger. It was that horrible collapsing feeling where your chest tightens and it feels like there's no more room left to breathe. His words replayed in my head over and over, louder each time, until I couldn't focus on anything else. I felt disgusting. I felt like I was being dragged backwards into the worst thoughts I've ever had about myself. And what makes it worse is that he'll probably never think about it again. The worst part is how small he made me feel. It wasn't just the words themselves. It was the way they seemed to confirm every ugly, hateful thought that's ever creeped into my head when I look into the mirror. I spent years trying to build myself back up to find even a fragile kind of peace with my body. Um, Hold on. Let me see because there's a second screenshot of the rest of it, and with one smug comment, Schraub knocked the wind out of me and sent me spiraling. And when I got to my counselor's room, it wasn't just crying. It was this overwhelming flood I couldn't hold back. My hands were shaking. My chest felt like it was being squeezed in a vice, and every breath came out in a jagged, broken grasps. Period. I felt humiliated, angry, devastated, all at once. He meant to hurt, and he did. I kept replaying it in my head. His tone, his face, that cruel little, I mean all of the offense. Like he took pride in trying to tear me down. It made me question myself in ways I thought I'd grown past. I just spit everywhere all over my phone. Excuse me. Man, that was disgusting. I started second guessing everything. How I stand, how I move, what I wear. Suddenly, I was hyper aware of every inch of my body, like I was under a microscope. And he was standing behind the glass, smirking. It's so unfair how someone like him, so utterly careless and self righteous, can wield that kind of power with just a few words. He probably walked away from that conversation feeling satisfied, like he'd made some clever little jab. Meanwhile, I've spent the rest of my day trying not to fall apart completely. I hate that he could do this to me. I hate that his cruelty lingers like smoke after long after he's gone. And a 2-page essay about how I made one comment because she's been fucking with me for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I finally quit being patient because I would. I don't want to sound cringe because I kind of sound cringe saying this, but I think of myself as a more patient man than not, and she she ended up like. Sorry for using like again. Because I am. I'm never. I didn't even mean to go on this rant. I was talking about how I am stupid, and then I somehow ended up in this little rant.